హలో అండి, అందరికీ నమస్తే. నేను మీ నేహ చౌదరి. ముందుగా వనితా టీవీ ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ కూడాను మహిళా దినోత్సవ శుభాకాంక్షలు. సో ఇవాళ జరగబోయేటటువంటి ఇంటర్వ్యూ చాలా ఇన్ఫర్మేటివ్గా, ఎక్సైటింగ్గా అండ్ అలాగే ఇన్స్పైరింగ్గా ఉండబోతుంది. ఎందుకంటే మనం మాట్లాడబోతున్నాము యుఎస్ కౌన్సిల్ జనరల్ జెనిఫర్ గారితోటి. సో బోలెడన్ని క్వశ్చన్స్ ఉన్నాయి, చాలా విషయాల గురించి మాట్లాడుకోవాలి. పదండి.
Happy Women's Day.
Firstly, hello Jennifer. Thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to host you on the special occasion of the International Women's Day. Firstly, wanted to know, because you've been staying in India for a while, so how do you feel about India? How are you enjoying it here?
So I love it here. This is actually my second time. I've been in Hyderabad for close to a year and a half, but I was also in Mumbai for 4 years, a few years back. So I came back to India, and my last job in the State Department was also the director of the South Asia office, including India. So it's been close to my heart for a very long time. I'm very happy here.
Awesome, so happy to know that. But you're staying away from your hometown, home country, and you're working in a different country. So how do you handle that? Being a woman, how do you balance things?
It's hard, especially when your family is so far away. I mean, I know many people here also have, particularly here in Andhra and Telangana, have a lot of family in the United States. And so with the time difference there, you just have to, like, I stay up really late at night so I can talk to my mom and my dad, for example. Or, you do FaceTime or Zoom calls with your nieces and nephews, but it's difficult, and I'm here on my own, but I have an amazing group of friends, and so that also really helps with them.
Being a diplomat is a challenge every day, as you play the role of bridge between US and India, and we wanted to know is how was this in the initial days of your job, because we know this is so challenging to deal every individual. So how was it in the initial days?
My first posting was back in Beirut, Lebanon, and we move every 2 or 3 years, and so it is challenging to change your location so often, especially if you've made friends and you've made a foundation, right, for your life, and then you have to pick it up. But slowly, I think you get used to it and you get more experienced. And then when you come to a place like Hyderabad, where everybody has been just so welcoming, it's a city known for its hospitality. It makes things really that much easier.
And you've been working in different consulates also.
Yeah. We go from one place to another. We have multiple consulates in India. So I was in Mumbai, and then now here I'm the Consul General in Hyderabad. But yes, we do move a lot.
Okay, but also you worked for China, Pakistan, Bangladesh.
So I used to live in Pakistan. I was in Lahore, and then back when I was in Washington, I ran the office, which included Bangladesh, India, Nepal, Sri Lanka, Maldives, and Bhutan. So a big geographic. Indo-Pacific portfolio, but it was super fun.
Where was the country that you've never been to? It seems like you are working everywhere.
Oh, I think I would love to go to Antarctica, right?
Oh my God.
I mean, that's not a country, but it would be it looks amazing.
So Jennifer, as we're talking and we get to know that you travel a lot, also your job, you worked as a consulate in Pakistan, in Bangladesh, and in Sri Lanka, China, like there's a different countries, so on.
Our jobs as diplomats are to represent the United States in the country to which we're assigned, like India, for example, and then to act as a bridge, essentially, between, for me in this case, India, Hyderabad, or this part of India in particular, and the United States. For me, being here at this time, with the friendship between the United States and India being so strong, it's a really great time to be here. It's a pleasure doing work here, doing outreach, whether it be for Women's Day or with English language programs, or whether it be for all of the students, the Telugu-speaking students that go to the United States. Close to half of all Indian students in the United States come from Andhra and Telangana.
Yes.
I mean, it's amazing. So my job is easy. I mean, not always, but generally.
You're making it look easy, but it's not.
No. There's always policy issues, and we have such a big consulate here. We just moved in. It's been almost a year to a brand new place in Nanakaramguda. And that's just been sensational. The city has been so great, so gracious to us with the land and with the support that we get. You all should come by sometime. It's it's a marvelous building.
Would love to. So Jennifer, you've been working in Hyderabad as a Consul General for US Consulate for quite some time.
Yes.
So I'm sure you're aware of Hyderabad food, attire, and our culture, and so we're going to know about you in a lot of things.
Okay.
So our ladies here wanted to ask you a
Alright,
few
good.
questions.
Good.
So
Love it.
over to you, ladies.
Hi Jennifer, Happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
I am Hima Bindu. I'm an entrepreneur and a radio jockey. So you said you passed long back to you stay in India. In Hyderabad, what do you like in food way? Which food you favorite?
So I love halim. I know. I'd never had it before at all until I came here. And I think the first time I had it was during Ramzan last year. So I love that. I love Indian breakfast. I love dosa and idli. So the more masala, the better. So I don't mind spice. The food here is fantastic. Yeah.
Thank you so much. You liking Indian food too?
Yeah, I love Indian food.
Thank you.
Haven't you tried the biryani?
I have tried biryani. In fact, I had some yesterday.
You had some yesterday.
Yeah, we had it at the office. So we had some visitors. So we have. Hyderabad is well known for its biryani, but there's so much more. There's so much more.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hi ma'am, this is Ravali from Vanitha TV.
Hey.
First of all, Happy Women's Day to you.
Happy Women's Day.
And I have a question for you. What kind of traditional attire you liked here?
So, you are all wearing beautiful saris. I very colorful. I opted today just for a kurta suit. But what I love are the...
You're looking so beautiful.
Thank you. Just the handiwork, right?
Yes.
That you get, that you find here on the saris. It's stunning. So I find them so beautiful. And the traditional Indian attire is just, it looks amazing on everybody, especially for women. But even the men, everybody looks good in a sherwani, right?
Sherwani, kurta, she's there now. Awesome.
Thank you.
We wanted to know is why did you choose the path as into foreign services? So what made you?
So when I was younger, I thought I would be an Egyptologist, so an archaeologist in Egypt, right? Who knows why? So I started studying Arabic, and then I did my master's and my undergraduate degree in Arabic literature and French and Spanish. And so once I was living in Cairo for the first time, I realized I was more interested in international current affairs. And so that's what led me really to pursuing this path, was having studied languages and then moving to a place. I think being able to study somewhere in a foreign country is such a blessing. It's really a gift. It really opens up your eyes to the rest of the world in a really meaningful way. So that's kind of where it started.
You learned languages like
Arabic, Spanish, French, Turkish, and a little bit, I can read Greek, and I'm teaching myself Urdu.
Wow.
So, Telugu is too difficult.
As we are here speaking about languages, as you said, Telugu in a very cute way. So we want you to say to our audiences, Andarki Namaste.
Andarki Namaste.
So Jennifer, we wanted to know is, you handle such crucial assignments and you keep on traveling around the globe. We wanted to know is there any one particular woman or somebody that inspired you so much, and also in the workplace, your women who inspired you the most?
Well, I just mentioned my mother, and I think that goes without saying. An immigrant who learned English, who traveled, met somebody overseas, got married, moved to the U.S. That's something that happens here in India too. Often people moving, especially to the United States, starting a new life. I admire that very much. We have amazing women colleagues in the embassy here, to include our Deputy Chief of Mission, Pat Lacina. Hi, Pat. I'm going to send this to her. And inspirational, at the State Department, at the senior levels, we are still underrepresented, and it'll take a while to change. And I think you see that at senior levels in most countries, most industries, is that women are still maybe 30%, if that. But I was speaking with a group of women entrepreneurs, it was the day before yesterday, and they were talking about the very deliberate ways they are trying to hire women, especially at the lower to mid levels, just so that eventually there'll be more women in the senior levels, and then we'll all have that many more women industry leaders to take inspiration from.
So on this note, as you're talking about step-by-step process and all, is there anything that you would like to suggest to the viewers who's watching, who could just come out and take their difficulties and take the challenges like Jennifer in the work?
I think education is the most important thing that you can do, and being able to stay in school. I mean, I know that around the world people often leave school for family reasons, for financial reasons. I mean, this happens. But to be able to stay in school, and that's what I encourage parents all the time too. Educate your kids, especially educate your daughters. And I mean, that makes all the difference, I think. Pursuing the things that make you passionate, I think is also really important. But but as a woman, I think you do have to work a little harder. People talk about equality, and then there's equity.
Yeah.
And so I think we need to work for both of those things.
Hi ma'am, my name is Deepthi.
Hi, Deepthi.
And I'm an IT employee. First of all, a very happy Women's Day for you. It's very great and pleasure to have you here today. And whatever speech you have given so far, it's really filled our stomach, and it is so much happy to be here. So I have one question for you, ma'am. So you have been in India for 1.5 years, so what I've heard. So what and which place you like the most?
I've been fortunate enough to travel quite a bit. So I think one of the most striking places, of course, is Leh. It's just incredibly beautiful. But I've been traveling in Orissa a bit lately, and it was just out in Andhra to the really beautiful coastlines. But there's, India is like an entire universe. I mean, every place is different, and so I'd love to go to Himachal Pradesh. That would be amazing. Recently in Hampi, which is, incredible. More people should know about that part of, Indian history. It's
in Hyderabad also, I think you went around to see the Charminar.
Of course. I think that was the first place I went. Just a couple of days after I got here, we went to Charminar, and then of course I've done these old city food tours, which are incredible. We've been down. We have a grant actually with the Qutub Shahi tombs, a restoration project, and so I love going down there. That's such a pretty quiet place. But of course, I just there's so many things happening, so many galleries and restaurants, and the KBR Park is amazing to have, and all those peacocks. It's fabulous to go walking around and then just count like 6-7 peacocks. That does not happen in where I live in the United States, in Washington.
That's the next speaker.
Hi ma'am, this is Veda Priya Reddy, a psychologist. So I would ask you something from psychology.
Oh, okay.
Women, whenever we go out, just to meet anybody for that matter, we do have anxiety. And then now you are traveling pretty much all the time. How do you handle anxiety, and how do you want to teach other women to handle anxiety?
If you're talking about safety, you should always be very aware of your surroundings naturally. But it's important for us, all to be vigilant. When traveling, I always let somebody know where I am, of course. In terms of anxiety or stress, I do yoga here, of course, and so many people do. This is obviously the birthplace. And I do a lot of reading. That helps to kind of de-stress, I think. I find Hyderabad to be one of the safest cities I've ever seen in India, especially for women. This is a very modern, cosmopolitan place, but it has a very safe feeling to it.
సో మనం ఇందాక నుంచి మాట్లాడుతున్నాం కదా మన యుఎస్ కౌన్సిల్ జనరల్ జెనిఫర్ తోటి. సో తను చెప్తున్న ముచ్చట్లు చాలా బాగున్నాయి. సో మరి ఇంకొన్ని తెలుసుకుందాము, ఎందుకంటే స్పెషలీ యూ బీన్ టెలింగ్ అస్ దట్ యూ లవ్ ఇండియా, యూ బీన్ ఎక్స్ప్లోరింగ్ ఇండియా సో మచ్. సో వీ హ్యావ్ సెలబ్రేషన్స్ త్రూ అవుట్ ది ఇయర్. So what is your favorite festival, Jennifer?
The favorite one? Well, Ugadi, which is coming up, right, is an amazing one. And I was lucky enough to be invited to friends' house last year to celebrate with them. Of course, the flower festival, Batukama.
Batukama,
see, yeah. And Holi, of course. Ramzan is coming up next week, so we celebrate everything at the consulate. It's really delightful. Yes, the Halim will definitely be having.
Yeah, I can see how much you're in love with Halim because
It's
you're
really
excited.
It's really good.
So you're actually much more aware of when the celebration's going to start. The Ramzan's going to come very soon.
Yeah, it is
Ugadi.
next week, yep.
You're aware of that for the food?
Yeah, well, I'm very excited about the food. So, yeah.
Yeah. Glad to know that. And is there any particular fest or an event after coming to India that you have been there? Because in US or other countries, we keep seeing some of the carnivals or the events keep happening. So over here?
Well, here, I mean, just going to, I've been fortunate to be able to go to many weddings here. And, an Indian wedding is from something simple to something very extravagant, but there's always something very special about it. And I've been lucky enough to go to some where it's just been, amazing to, just do different things over several days. We don't have that same tradition in the United States. And that's one thing that I've certainly enjoyed doing since I've been here.
Awesome, good to know that. And last but not the least, you also said there's a lot of students, kids who've been trying to move to US for their education or for a job. But especially let's talk about women who are trying to move to US or a different country. What do you suggest to them to take care of things, or any suggestions you would like to give to them?
Well, first of all, I encourage you to follow your educational dreams. I would hope that they take you to the United States, but perhaps you stay here in India, perhaps you go somewhere else. We do have an advising service at the consulate, which we talk with families too, because really I think higher education, especially going abroad for an Indian student, is a family decision.
Yes.
And we talk about how to be safe, women's safety, which is very important. And we talk about how you adjust to living on campus, for example, or getting your own apartment. What are the best ways to do that? Encourage young women doing STEM, doing arts, doing laws, doing math. All of these the U.S. is a really great place to do higher education in any of these fields. So, I mean, our consulate is open all the time. We're happy to do briefings, and I say just choose the right school, though. Also, you do a little bit of research, find the school that is perfect for you,
Correct.
not just the ones that you've heard about.
Yeah, what suits them the better according to the
Absolutely.
subject.
Some like smaller, some like larger, some like all women's colleges. Like my nieces chose all women colleges. Some like bigger university. So I mean, the option is there in the U.S.
So that you suggest to do the more research on what they're doing.
Hello ma'am, happy Women's Day.
Happy Women's Day.
This is Madhushri, I'm from Vanitha TV. Do you watch Telugu movies ma'am?
I do watch Telugu movies. I watch a lot of movies, frankly. But of course, we all know about RRR. It did so well in the U.S. I mean, Hanuman, I think, did really well. Just yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I get a lot of good recommendations from my friends. I saw Jawan recently. Yeah, I love going to the theaters here. Is like super fun, right? Because you have, comfort. The chairs are really nice. There's an intermission. Everybody's like, especially for the really popular Indian films, everybody gets into it.
Jennifer, wanted to let you know is Vanitha TV is very happy in the association with the general councils, and also been giving all the update and relevant informations on the TV too. I wanted to know is that one word or some suggestion if you could give to a woman who's watching out there, what would that be? So please.
I really wish you all a joyous Women's Day, but to remember that it's not just March 8th. It's every day. It's every day, all year round. I mean, I appreciate that we can celebrate this together here with you and with Vanitha and with the people around the table, but we need to be thinking about these things every day. Yeah, just follow your dreams. I mean, I know that sounds like it's easier said than done, but I think that's something that we all should be doing all the time.
Yes.
So happy Women's Day.
Thank you. Wish you the same.
Thank you.
thank you so much. This is really honor and pleasure having you here on Vanitha TV today. As you have spoken and suggested for our students also, and you told us about the culture that you are enjoying and your experience and your inspirations. We are so happy to have you here and wish you all the best.
Thank you, and happy Women's Day to everybody who's watching.
Thank you.
Happy Women's Day.